Hi. It's a little early for that. Well, thank you very much for being here. This is the 40th year of this show's existence, and this is the finale, so I'm very honored, honestly, to be asked to host it. So thanks, and I'm glad you guys are here. Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, I was born in 1967, and so I grew up in the 70s. So I'm not racist. However, I do have mild racism. It's the best I could do coming out of the 70s, because that was a very racist decade. People said racist things all the time, and nobody got offended. The only time somebody got offended if you said something racist in the 70s is when they would then say, like, hey, you interrupted me. I was saying something racist. Why did you? So I have mild racism. It's benign. It's not aggressive. It's not even negative racism. It's mild racism. I'll give you an example. Okay, like if I go to a pizza place I've never been to before, and it's run by 4 black women, I'll go like, See, it's very mild. It's extremely mild racism. I'll notice that. Yeah. You don't usually see that, 4 black women running a pizza place. Unless it's called 4 Black Girls Pizza or something like that. Like, that's the whole point of the place. It's mild. Here's another example of mild racism. If I say I'm in a hospital and the doctor comes in to treat me and the doctor's from China or India, I'll think, well, good. Good, more of that. Why not? It's very mild racism. Here's another example. If I'm in a gas station late at night and a young man comes in wearing a hooded sweatshirt, if he's white, I'll think, oh, he's an athlete. If he's black, unless he has a big smile on his face, then I become mildly racist, and this is what I think. I think, that's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing's gonna happen. No, of course I'm fine. Why did I even think that for a second? This is because I was raised in the 70s. The 70s were a very different time. The 70s, everything was different in the 70s than it is now. Except the Middle East is exactly the same. It's exactly the same as it was in the 70s. It's been the same fights, and you know what? It's boring now. That's the worst part of it. When I was a kid, we were like, ugh, but you can't go like this for like 1,000 years. After a while, when you fight, people don't care, because when you're just both, you just keep fighting. Everybody's like, those guys are dicks. They just fight. That's what it's like. You know, like I have 2 kids, and they fight sometimes. And when they first start fighting, I get concerned. I go in their room, I'm like, hey, what's going on? What's wrong? Why are we having some feelings? Can we listen to each other, please? Can we please just listen to each other? Okay, you go first. And then she's like, yeah, that sounds hard. Okay, thank you. Okay, now you. Because I like this one a little more, so that's why I make it. And they work it out. You help them work it out. But if they keep fighting, you stop doing that. After a while, you just go in the room and you just go, hey, just shut up. Fuck you, you're both wrong. Because you won't stop fighting. You're in a family. There's other people in this family, and you're being a couple of selfish little bitches that won't fix anything. You share a room. We can't afford another room, so just deal with it. Somehow this has to do with Israel and Palestine. I don't know exactly. I don't remember how. It is because my kids are like Israel and Palestine. And I'm like America. The little one's like Palestine because she always gets screwed. She gets the worst deals. She's like, she threw a rock at my face. I'm like, you're fine. Look, you have a great life. You get to take a rock to the face once in a while. You're fine. The older one is like Israel. She comes at me. She burnt all my dolls. I'm like, look, I can't do anything about it right now. Your sister is crazy. Please don't make me talk to her. I'll work it out, you and me, okay? We'll go out. I'll buy you a really cool missile, and you do whatever you do with it. It's totally up to you. The 70s were very different. In the 70s, there was a child molester that lived in my hometown. And it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't like, we caught a child molester. It was just like, yeah, that's the house where the child molester lives. He lives where, hey kids, don't be stupid or you'll get molested. Just stay away from the child molester house. I know because he did something to me when I was your age, so just stay away from the child molester house. We really did. We had a town child molester. His name was Jean Baptiste. It's a true story. And he liked teenage boys. That's when you would find out, because I was a teenage boy. He didn't like me. I felt a little bad. Like, no, not you. It wasn't into me. But he would drive up next to teenage boys and he'd say, hello, would you like to go to McDonald's? And you're like, no. And he's like, why you don't like McDonald's? And then you're trapped, because of course everybody liked McDonald's. It was the 70s. And then I had one friend who used to get in the car. He'd be like, sure, I'll go. And he'd get in the car. He'd go to McDonald's and eat a burger, and then he'd say, see ya. And he'd just take off. And Jean-Baptiste was like, oh, I did not get to that child. And he foiled again. But he'd always try. Maybe this time. Because child molesters are very tenacious people. They love molesting childs. It's crazy. It's like their favorite thing. I mean, it's so crazy because when you consider the risk in being a child molester, speaking not of even the damage you're doing, but the risk, there's no worse life available to a human than being a caught child molester. And yet they still do it, which you can only really surmise that it must be really good. I mean, from their point of view, not ours, but from their point of view, it must be amazing for them to risk so much. How do you think I feel? It's my last show, probably. Look, I can't key into it because I love Mounds bars. I love Mounds bars. It's my favorite thing, right? But there's a limit. I mean, I can't even eat a Mounds bar and do something else at the same time. That's how much I love them. Like, if I'm eating a Mounds bar, I can't read the paper like, I have to just sit there with it in my mouth and go, why is this so good? I love this so much. And because they are delicious. And yet, if somebody said to me, if you eat another Mounds bar, you'll go to jail and everybody will hate you, I would stop eating them. Because they do taste delicious, but they don't taste as good as a young boy does and shouldn't. To a child molester, not to me. Not to us, because we're all awesome. All right, we did it. We got through it.
And I saw a Korean Jesus. They had a Korean Jesus with the... Don't get mad. How else would I know? It was just, what, Korean Jesus? Ooh, whatever.
I remember I was in a taxi, I think in New York, and the driver was Muslim, and there was a woman crossing in front of us, and he honked at her because she went after the light had turned, and she gave him the finger. And he said to me, do you know, in my country, if a woman show you this finger, I could get out, beat her to death, and if I drive by here a week later, she'd still just be laying there. Like nobody would even clean it up.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The truth is Jesus was black, but you don't see that often, black Jesus. Hey man, get me the fuck down from here. Whatever, all right. Airplane one time, and a married couple came on, and they had been sat separately. There was some mistake. The woman, she's supposed to sit here, she comes up to me, she says, would you mind moving so I can sit with my husband? And he's behind her, he's like... And I wanted to help him, but what am I going to say to his wife? Just, no, I won't move. So I just got off the plane. I didn't go on the trip. And it took off, and it hit the World Trade Center. So that was...
You ever feel like you're gonna fart and then instead you shit on your father's face? And everybody on the bus is like, hey, that's not appropriate. And you're like, I thought it was gonna be a fart. And they go, oh, all right then.
Because, look, my mom just died. She just died. That's how it works. By the way, for you young people, here's how life goes. One of your parents is gonna die. And the other one is just never gonna fucking die. And guess what? It's not the one you wanted. Nope.
You know, people hate child molesters so much. They hate them worse than murderers or anybody else.
Right.
So getting caught child molesting is just, that's the end.
That's the worst.
It's really the end of your life in every way. Your
That's
friends are gone. Whatever you had is gone.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why a lot of kids that get molested get killed. Because it's like once you whatever got you to the moment where you molested a kid.
Right.
Once you hit that moment, you're like, I can't let this kid go now because I'm fucked if this kid goes home and tells anybody. So you kill the kid.
Right.
So the bit was that if we could hate child molesting a little less, we might get some kids back.
Wow, that is a brilliant thought.
If somebody could go say to themselves, all right, I molest, somebody could call you and go, hey, I molested your kid. You want him back after soccer? Or do you want me to drop him off after this game? Doesn't he have any allergies I should know about? What I just said is true.
Right.
That if we hated child molesters less children would die.
Right.
I don't know what to do with that information.
You don't know where to go.
I don't know what to do with it. I can't make any
to the right place today. Yeah, this is the place to air those kinds of thoughts.
You know, like when you were in school, did you ever have when you were in school, when you were a kid, like fantasies about your parents dying so that you'd be really special in school? Like if your parents got killed, you'd go to school and they'd make an announcement, Joey's parents died today, so everybody, and all the cute girls would come up and go, are you okay? And stuff like that, which would never happen. They just walk up and you go, I'm still not gonna fuck you, you faggot. That's what would have happened. And that would have I would have jerked off to that and had a better time than if I fucked them. Seriously, to me.
Some Catholics believe that contraception is murder. They think if you wear a condom, if you stop a sperm from getting to an egg, you killed a possible baby. By that logic, I could say that any woman that won't fuck me is a murderer. Let me tell you, there's a bunch of murdering bitches out there.
Well, FX took my series off. I don't know why.
The fuck?
It's so weird. It was really successful.
Yeah.
And then they just made an arbitrary decision.
That's weird.
To just... I mean, I was baffled. I was like, guys, why? We're like, it's just the feeling we have. I was like, that's weird, guys.
Probably
like
a new CEO. They always do shit like that.
That's the thing. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
That there wasn't one, but maybe it's something like that.
Like 9/11, you had to end the sorrow and the anger and the rage and the sadness. You had to go, dude, fucking bullseye. Bullseye. One of my favorite stories about it was there was a documentary about it on PBS after, and they talked to, they tried once before with the truck bomb. So they interviewed a federal marshal who escorted one of the perpetrators of that first bombing to his trial in Manhattan. And they had him in a helicopter and they're flying to the courthouse. So he's next to the prisoner. And they're flying right next to the World Trade Center.
My God, this guy.
And the federal guy, the Fed marshal, is just a cop. He says, I pointed at the buildings and I said, you didn't get him, did you? And the guy just coldly said, we'll get him.
Wow.
They did. Those buildings are no longer there. Yes. They're no longer there.
People talk about, like, don't eat dolphins when they're in the tuna. Pick out the dolphins, right? You gotta pick it out, like raisins. But like, you ever go to shop for tuna and like it says dolphin safe, and you kind of go like, yeah, but like somehow you think it's not gonna be as good. Like, I want to do the right thing, but it's probably kind of bland without the dolphin. But here's the thing, like, why not kill and eat a dolphin? Why not? Oh, because, well, no, I don't fucking get it. If you're a tuna, fuck you, we're eating you. So I don't really see the difference. And I think it's wrong to eat tuna and dolphin and cows and everything. But I eat them. I eat them all. Because I don't care that it's wrong. I totally think it's terrible, but that's not important to me, that it's terrible. So what if it's wrong? It tastes good. And I like the way it feels when I eat it, so fuck it. But I'm not going to pretend I'm doing something that's okay just because it doesn't think or something. So when I think about that, I think, yeah, so people die. What's the big deal? They're dead, and some of them might have been assholes. You don't know. I just want to say I'm not trying to say that if you're white, you can't complain.
Right.
I'm just saying that if you're black, you get to complain more.
Right. Right.
Because you can't. There you go.
Don't tell the band that. Yeah.
Because you can't, that's right. You can't take people's, like, historical context away from them. And everybody wants us to. Like, white people are always like, come on, it wasn't us. Like, they want black people to forget everything. Like, every year, white people add 100 years to how long ago slavery was. I've heard educated white people say slavery was 400 years ago. No, it very wasn't. It was 140 years ago. That's two 70-year-old ladies living and dying back to back. That's how recently you could buy a guy.
That's right.
And it's not like slavery ended and then everything has been amazing. Like it just...
Woo, glad that's over.
Oh yeah, it just ended like a clean where you don't have to wipe. Just boom. And then it's just been parades and presents ever since. You gotta remember that if you meet a black person, they have gray hair, they remember a time they weren't allowed to use a certain toilet. So give them a little, time to be cranky. And by the way, white people have our own thing that stuff that we went through.
Sure.
That hurt us, that we have to cope with. Like when they took our slaves away. That was really hard for us. And we're still, so it's pretty even.
Changes in life now, you're getting a little more philosophical.
Yeah, like I've been more deliberate about my life. For instance, I'm not on the internet anymore. I quit the internet.
You quit the internet?
I quit it for now.
Yeah.
I mean, a year ago, I was like, I'm taking online courses. It's my obsession. And I went and gotten all these courses, and I watched a lecture, and that was it. But
I like how you don't even seem to care what the lecture was about.
Hey, also, I left a thing backstage I was going to show you. I just left it. I'm really stupid. So
Yeah.
can you get somebody to get it?
We have no one here that works for the show.
Yeah.
Frank, do you mind getting something
Go
from backstage?
get it. I'm sorry,
We'll
that's
walk
really
slowly.
awkward.
Yeah.
But I wanted
Frank,
to show it to you.
couldn't walk slower.
There you go.
Frank Smiley, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, Frank.
This was Frank. Frank's producing your segment. You were like, hey, go get that. And he was just like this. Oh, here he comes now. Thanks a lot. Okay. Frank Smiley, ladies and gentlemen. Frank Smiley.
He walked faster getting back to his
right.
Yeah,
spot.
exactly.
Frank, we shouldn't make fun of him. He's a good man.
Good man. We should end it there. We should just fade to black.
Yeah.
People would be so blown away by, that was the weirdest ending to a talk show I've ever seen.
8-minute
Frank's a good
episode.
man. Fade to black.
So I decided I don't want to be on the internet anymore. I don't like the way it feels anymore, especially in my hand, the devices. I don't like this thing that I stare into this thing, and it makes me feel upset. And I look at things that I know are going to upset me. I guess I just like the hit from going, oh.
Yeah.
Like I'll go on my computer and I'll Google an image that I don't want to see. So then I see a whole wall of it.
Yeah.
Like big dicks with nails in them.
Sir, you're going to have to leave the library.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I decided I don't want to. And also,
So you just quit the internet. Wow.
Well, I have kids, 2 daughters, and I sometimes I'll be with my daughter and she's talking to me and we're talking, and then bling, my phone goes bling, so I'll just go down like this. And my kids are nice people, so they just wait. But I started to realize a few things. One thing I realized in life is that you can't just go by how a person reacts to you. You can't just go like, oh, it's all right with her.
Right.
Because she's my kid. but she dies inside every time I do this.
Right, because she thought she had a real connection with you, and then something glings.
Yeah, I mean, that happens to you. Like, if you're talking to a person, and then they just go like this, they just disappeared.
Yeah.
It's a horrible abandonment. And when it's your father, just like, is that right, honey? It's just horrible. But she sits it out. She's okay with it. And I'm like, she seems all right. And then I started to grow up and realize, no, I have to think beyond what the look on her face is that she's soldiering on with. I have to think about what I'm doing to this kid. And I just didn't like this feeling, so I started to put it away. I started to just say, I gave my daughter my phone, and I said, make a restriction code and lock me out of the internet. It's supposed to be the other way around.
Yes.
It's supposed to be a parental code
Yeah.
to keep your kid off the internet. But I had my daughter give me a code. She has the code. I don't know it. And so I can't be on the internet on my phone, and I did it on all my devices. And it's been about a month I haven't Googled anything. I just go up and walk out to people and ask them questions and stuff, which is more fun, too.
Yeah, but while you're talking to them, they look away.
Yeah, which is fine.
You lose them.
That's right. But so anyway, I started reading books again, and I was on vacation with my daughter, and I read Pride and Prejudice, and we would just sit there and I would just
read.
read.
You read Pride and Prejudice?
Yeah, I never read that. I never read anything.
No, I've never read Pride and Prejudice.
It's good. It's really good. But,
wow.
I mean, they're crazy. You know, come on. Just tell them you like him. It's annoying.
Yeah.
But, you know, like 12 years.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I wonder, shall he approach me once again? Just tell him. Just go up, hey, you're cute, you know? But anyway, so then I did this for a month, and then my daughter, this is why I asked Frank to go get. This is a note that my daughter wrote me. She's 10 years old, and right before I flew out here, she wrote me this note, which is messy, but she's 10. I'm not criticizing her. I'm just saying she's 10.
Yeah, but it could be neater.
It could be. It could be. Definitely.
Yeah.
She says, "Dear Daddy, I love you very much." I mean, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Also, I am really proud of you for cutting yourself off from the internet and reading an awesome book. I want you to know that what you did means a lot to me, and I really enjoy seeing your pleasure in not constantly being on devices. Also, thanks for the trip to Mexico. I really needed that. So, I just...
That's a great reward that you got.
Yeah, I think people should know that it has an impact on your kids if you stop looking at the stupid internet.
Right.
All right, sorry.
But if you're... No! But that was a nice message. Yeah, you had a nice message. What's wrong with that?
That's right.
But it's tricky, you know, if you're trying to teach your kids right from wrong, you got to choose a side often because not everybody agrees on what's right and wrong. So how do you know, Like abortion, some people think it's murder. Some people don't. I think people should get abortions, like a lot, like as many as you can. You should try to get a lot of abortions. You know why? Because it creates jobs. More abortions, more jobs. For the doctors and the nurses and the dumpster guy. Everybody gets a job. They have to work. How are they going to feed their kids if you don't kill yours? You got to think of everybody. Abortion is a big topic, of course, because Roe v. Wade was overturned. Roe versus Wade. Of course, we all know what this is. This was a court case. Roe was a woman who wanted an abortion. And Wade was the baby, I guess. I don't know. I'm just assuming. I never found out who Wade was. Wade must have been the baby. Anyway. But now that we don't have that, every state has to come up with their own law based on how people feel. They have to listen to people and see how they feel. I think most Americans feel, on average, the same thing about abortion. They feel like people should be able to get abortions if they need them, but, just keep it down a little bit. That's all. That's just go ahead, but, come on. Do it, but don't be like, woo-hoo-hoo! Like, So we need a law that covers that keeps it available but limits it. Here's what I think we should do. Let's make this the law. You can get an abortion anytime, anywhere, but if you get an abortion, you have to eat it. I think that's fair. Because that'll keep it, that'll make you,
Fuck, I gotta eat it? I better do it soon. Just trying to make.
You can't answer a kid's question. They don't accept any answer. A kid never goes, oh, thanks, I get it. They fucking never say that. They just keep coming. More questions. Why? Till you don't even know who the fuck you are anymore at the end of the conversation. It's an insane deconstruction. It's amazing. This is my daughter the other day. She's like, Papa, why can't we go outside? Well, because it's raining. Why? Well, water's coming out of the sky. Why? Because it was in a cloud. Why? Well, clouds form when there's vapor. Why? I don't know. I don't know any more things. Those are all the things I know. Why? Because I'm stupid, okay? I'm stupid. Why? Well, because I didn't pay attention in school, okay? I went to school, but I didn't listen in class. Why? Because I was high all the time. I smoked too much pot. Why? Because my parents gave me no guidance. They didn't give a shit. Why? Because they fucked in a car and had me, and they resented me for taking their youth. Why? Because they had bad morals. They just had no compass. Why? Because they had shitty parents. It just keeps going like that. Why? Because fuck it, we're alone in the universe. Nobody gives a shit about us. I'm going to stop here to be polite to you for a second. But this goes on for hours and hours, and it gets so weird and abstract at the end. It's like, why? Well, because some things are and some things are not. Why? Well, because things that are not can't be. Why? Because then nothing wouldn't be. You can't have fucking nothing isn't. Everything is. Why? Because if nothing wasn't, there'd be fucking all kinds of shit that we don't like, giant ants with top hats dancing around. There's no room for all that shit. Why? I'll fuck you. Eat your french fries, you little shit. God damn it. I've seen a few tits. I've seen, I don't know, 48 maybe, I don't know. I've had my history in my life, you know. I've been divorced for 5 years, and it's been the best part of my life, being divorced. Easily my favorite part of my life. I love being divorced. Every year has been better than the last. And this is the only time I can say that about. And by the way, I'm not saying don't get married. If you meet somebody, fall in love and get married, and then get divorced, because that's the best part. It's the best part. Marriage is just like a larva stage for true happiness, which is divorce. Because you just let go, and everything's fine now. Divorce is forever. It really actually is. Marriage is for how long you can hack it. But divorce just gets stronger like a piece of oak. Nobody ever says, oh, my divorce is falling apart, it's over, I can't take it. And again, if you're in a good marriage, stay in it. If you're in the best marriage ever, stay in it. I'm just saying, if you got out, it would be better. That's just a fact. I'm sorry, but it's true. Everything's better. My ex-wife and I, this is the best part of our knowing each other. We're good co-parents because we live apart and we're friends. Our kids go to her half the week, they come to me half the week. And I'm a good father. I'm an attentive, focused, and responsible father. Do you know why? Because I get to say goodbye to these kids every week. Are you shitting me? It's like every parent's fantasy. Who can't be a good father for half of every week? No matter how bad it gets, every Wednesday I get to go, goodbye, girls. Daddy's gonna go upstairs and pour whiskey all over his naked body right now. I'm gonna lay in my own filth until 2 seconds before you come back here. That's why I'm such a good dad. My daughter was having a dance thing at her school. They had this big dance
Anyway, we all went, all the parents, and everybody's there, and everybody's got their phone. Every single parent. It was an amazing thing to watch, because kids are dancing, and every parent is standing there like this. Every single person was blocking their vision of their actual child with their phone. And the kids, I went over by the stage, and the kids, there's people holding iPads in front of their faces. It looked like we're all in the witness protection program. Like, the kids can't see their parents. And everybody's watching a shitty movie of something that's happening 10 feet. Like, look at your fucking kid. The resolution on the kid is unbelievable. If you just look, it's totally HD. Why are you taping this? You're never gonna watch it. In a million years, you're not gonna watch videos of your kids doing shit you missed the first time it happened. You don't watch it, you just put it on Facebook. Here, you watch it. I want to take a nap now. And then you get to read all the comments. Oh my God! It's so cute! And guess what? They're not watching it either. They're not watching the video. These kids are dancing for no one. Nobody watches the videos on your Facebook. They see the first frame of a kid and they go, that's very nice. Okay, back to this. Nobody's watching your kids' videos on Facebook, I promise you. I'll prove it to you. Next time you tape your kids dance, take 1 second of it, and then add 20 minutes of just your own asshole. Just go in the bathroom and just record your own anus opening and closing for 20 minutes. Tack it on to your kid dancing for a second and put that on Facebook. Everybody will write the same thing. That's adorable. I think I see a future star.
Anyway, I was watching the election bullshit, and I don't think either of these guys should be president, and because they're both rich. And I have a problem with that, because rich people don't know what it's like to be anything but rich. They have no idea, but see, poor people know what it's like to be rich. They know exactly what it's like, because they got it all worked out in their heads what it's going to be like when they're rich. Every detail. I'm going to live in a chocolate house, and I'm going to wipe my ass with live rabbits, and the whole fucking thing. But rich people don't fantasize about being poor. Why would they? Oh, I'm going to have to wait in line and take the bus. The bus is when you're really, that's when you know you're poor again. That's the fucking word. Fuck. I'm on the bus again. At least you can get off the bus. The subway, sometimes you get trapped down there, man. I never know where the fucking train is going. I have no idea where I'm going to end up when I get on a train. I get on the train, they make announcements, there's a dot on the side, but none of it adds up, really. The guy's like, this is a C train, but we're not making any C stops. If you want to go to 40, look, get the fuck off the train, first of all. We're not going wherever you're going. Get off. And everybody's like, ah, shit! So you see everybody break out of their trance. You know, they're all sitting there, and I gotta see, oh, fuck, motherfucker! That's where everybody loses it. I actually saw this. There was a guy who's like a priest, like one of these crazy, like homeless priests with a Bible saying, Jesus gave so that we could all have love, and ladies and gentlemen, this train is going out of service. Oh, motherfucking cunt! Jesus Christ! Fucking whore! Fucking bullshit! The worst is when they go express, like on a whim. They just decide, let's not stop anymore. This stopping is no fun. Let's just go until we hit a wall or something. And they tell you as the doors are closing, next stop 205th Street. And you gotta try to act like not one of the people that shouldn't be on the train, you know. Oh, that's great. It's good. That's good. I want to get there quicker. Yeah, that's right where I'm headed. Good news. You gotta do that. You can't go, oh my God! I don't belong on this train! Help me! I'm afraid of that area! All these other people moving their wallets to the front pockets. Just going, what the fuck else? Fucking things. All right, I'm ready. It's a weird fear that, white people have. Nobody who's not white is at all afraid. I swear to God. No, I don't know that. But I know that all white people are, because it's like an automatic fear. Most white people live in New York all their lives, never go to Harlem, never even see it. It's like a beautiful place, never fucking see it. Because they're certain that as soon as you go to Harlem, someone immediately murders you. Like, it's just an automatic, someone just stabs you right in the face the instant you fucking cross 125th Street. Hey, how you doing? There you go. You know, that's all people in Harlem do. They just stand there waiting. They don't have like busy lives or social lives. They just stand there waiting for lost white people to kill when they get there. What's so uptight about race, you know? But one thing you can say racially that nobody ever gets offended is white trash. It's the one term that when you use it, nobody gives a shit. When you say white trash, nobody ever goes like, hey man, come on, why are you gonna talk about that? That's not cool. Nobody defends white trash. You can be talking to the most liberal hippie in the world. Hey, I saw this guy, he was white trash. I'll go, ha, fuck that guy. White trash piece of shit. Those people are hilarious. They're starving to death and live in trailers. Let's go shit right in their faces right now. I was in upstate New York recently, and people in upstate New York, pretty much all their lives are just shit there. I don't know if you've been up there, but you ever just drive through a whole town and you go, man, everybody's life sucks here. You can tell because if you drive through a town where people's lives are okay, they're walking around, they're doing stuff. You're going through these towns upstate New York, people are just standing in front of their houses like... I saw this guy with his sign. I was at a red light in this town in upstate New York, and the sign said, honk if you love America, right? And I'm looking at the guy, and well, who is this guy? What is he doing? He's just standing there. Where the fuck is, that's his day? He went out and that's what he decided to do today? What kind of a day is that? And he looks at me and he's like angry because I haven't honked yet. And he's like, come on, honk, motherfucker. And he's like, oh, pissed off. And I decided, you know what, I'm not honking. Fuck him. Fuck him. He doesn't get to decide this rule. Who gave him the right to decide this, that the fucking... Fuck you. What if I go up to him with a t-shirt that says, lick my balls if you love Jesus? Come on, man, you gotta do it! What are you, a Jew? Lick him! Thanks a lot, folks. Good night. Enjoy the rest.
My next guest is a comedian who starred in the HBO series Lucky Louie. His HBO comedy special, Shameless, comes out on DVD June 26th. Please welcome Louis C.K. Now, Louis, we've known each other a long time. I haven't spoken to you in a couple of months. How are you?
Well, I'm all right. I'm fat.
You're fat?
Yes, I'm a great big fat person.
No.
It's just been, I'm growing fatter. I just weighed myself and I'm 240. Mm-hmm. You know how doctors have like a formula for rule of thumb, how to figure what your optimum weight is? I'm pretty sure it's not your age plus 200 pounds.
Could possibly be.
Really
I don't know. I haven't looked into it.
You're a fat dude.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about something cheerful then. How was your Father's Day? Father's Day must have been?
Well, yeah, I got to spend it with my kids, which, you know, Yahoo.
You're such a sentimental sap.
Well, it's not, you know, it's like, hey, you're Employee of the Month, mop up. You know, it's what I have to do. I have to be with my kids.
I'll shut up. None of you have kids. I can see it by looking at you. Here's the thing. Parents never get to say that it's hard. You don't get to say that.
Right.
And it's the hardest thing in the world. Anything else that's hard, you get to say, this sucks.
Right.
But when you're a parent, first of all, it's impossible. You make huge mistakes constantly. Like, oops, irreversible damage there. Move on. You know, just huge mistakes. You don't get to sleep anymore. You don't have sex anymore. You eat standing up and fast. The entire nation depends on our success as parents.
Yeah.
And you don't even get to say it sucks. You have to say stuff like, I couldn't even imagine my life without my children. I can totally imagine my life. Really? That's actually all I ever do, is imagine my life.
Really?
And it's not a big fantasy. I'm not in the World Series of Poker. I'm just sitting in a chair, jerking off and eating chocolate. That's really it. That's all.
Lord. Okay. Well, listen, yes, you bring up a good point. Parenting is definitely very hard work. I have 2 kids, and I know that it's very hard work.
Well, like, if you get sick, nobody cares. You can't call in sick to having kids.
Right.
As a matter of fact, if you get sick, your spouse hates you for being sick. Because it's just making their life harder. And I'm the same way. Like, my wife, one time, she's like, I have diarrhea. I had diarrhea all night. I'm staying in bed. And I'm like, let me see it. I want to see the diarrhea. Show me at least a cup of diarrhea if you want to stay in bed. There's just no way I'm taking it on faith and spending all day with the kids by myself. I'm just not. And she's the same way. Like, I had a stomach flu. It was really, I was so sick, just deathly sick. And my stomach hurt a lot.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, get out of bed, let's go. You know, you stayed up all night, it's your fault, let's go. And I have to amp up how sick I think I am to get in there. I'm like, I'm really sick. I might have internal bleeding right now. And so she says, well, go to the hospital if it's that bad.
Sure.
And I did.
You did?
True story.
You did?
I went to a hospital.
Just to try and prove
I went into the emergency room and I said, I got a stomach ache. My wife doesn't care. And they admitted me. Because at the emergency room, they don't go like, get out of here, you pussy. They whatever you have, you can go in a hospital and say like, I just feel icky, I just feel weird.
And they have to.
Put a bracelet on you and fill out a thing, and whatever. And so this doctor, this wonderful doctor, she gave me morphine in my arm. She gave me a drip of morphine.
Really?
And which, was great. And then she sent me home with opiate suppositories, which is a huge dilemma to me.
Okay.
Because I like opium. Who doesn't? It's perfect. It's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
But I have a huge problem with voluntarily putting things in my own ass. I just can't do it.
So it's a battle of wills here.
And I'm in the bathroom with my pants in my ankle, and I'm like sweating and shaking, and I'm got a little tiny thing. I'm like talking to myself, just do it! Just come on! I don't want to do it. Finally, I cram it in there, and I think that was probably the greatest moment of my entire life.
Really?
Yes, because it's pure opiate pleasure that begins at your anus. It just explodes. Just this warmth that starts at the ground zero that is your ass. And you just go, oh, God, that is good. More things in my ass, please.
Okay, then.
So that's what it's like having kids.
Yeah. Shameless comes out this Tuesday, and Louis will be appearing at Crackers Comedy Club in Indianapolis, June 22nd through the 24th. Louis C.K., thank you. Thanks, we'll be right back. The Mooney Suzuki, stick around.
Are the girls ready yet?
Nah, begin.
But anyway, now I live in a nice building, and I'm not used to it because it's nice. There's like a pretty courtyard with flowers and a fountain with little marble boys pissing. I don't know. What is it with fountains? Like, all fountain sculptors are pedophiles, basically. You can't get a fountain made without... Can you make me a fountain? Yes, I'll get started right away. Oh, yes! Yeah!
It's finished! And it's just little boys pissing on the face of a Greek god that looks like him a lot. It's piss on me forever! Anyway, there's one of those in the courtyard of my building. And my first week in the building about a year ago, I went down to the courtyard for the first time. And I didn't look too good, you know? It was a Sunday morning. That's my least presentable hour. There's a lot of, just stains, just like, food and me and whatever. And so I'm sitting there. So, shut up. Oh. Anyway, so there I was. I'm sitting on the stone bench of this courtyard and feeling a little out of place. There's these fancy doormen and stuff. And then there's this guy looking at me. I notice he's looking at me from across the courtyard. And he's all spiffy looking. He's got brown shoes and he's looking at me like, I could tell he was thinking I don't live in the building. He thinks I just wandered in off the street and sat in the courtyard. I could tell he's thinking of coming over and dealing with me on his own. And I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, please do that. Yes, please, come on. And I'm trying to look even more gross. And I'm like pulling up my shirt. And then I see him go, oh, no, that's not going to do at all. And he comes over to me. And I'm like, I'm so excited to have this thing. The confrontation where I'm not wrong at all. And he thinks I am. So he comes over, says, excuse me, do you live in this building? And I said, no. Because why not start there? I said, no. He goes, well, then what are you doing here? And I said, I just need your rest. I'm having a hard time. He says, this is private property. And I said, well, I don't really believe in that. Just the worst things I could say from his point of view is basically all the things I was saying. And he goes, well, if you don't leave, I'm going to talk to the doorman. I was like, can I just stay like 5 more hours? So he's, no, and he goes over to the doorman. And I see him talking about me to the doorman like this. And then I see the doorman going, oh, no, that guy lives here. That's okay. And the look on his face, it was just so, it was this beautiful cocktail of anger and confusion. It's like I had invented a new way to hurt somebody's feelings. That's how excited I was. He was so angry, he came back. He came back to me. He said, why didn't you tell me that you live here? And I said, because I don't have to tell you anything ever. Right? There are no words that I must say to you. Also, I didn't want to ruin your thing. That's your favorite thing you were doing. You love that! Making people not be places. Also, I make more than you. I just don't give a shit about myself. I live in New York City, and it's okay there. I live in a nice building. I never lived in a nice place before. When I was growing up, I had no money. My mom didn't. Didn't matter. I was a child. But I'm not used to it because it's nice. There's like a pretty courtyard with flowers and a fountain with little marble boys pissing. I don't know. What is it with fountains? Like, all fountain sculptors are pedophiles, basically. You can't get a fountain made without... Can you make me a fountain? Yes, I'll get started right away. Oh, yes! Yes! It's finished! And it's just little boys pissing on the face of a Greek god that looks like him a lot.
Piss on me forever! Anyway, there's one of those in the courtyard of my building. And my first week in the building about a year ago, I went down to the courtyard for the first time. And I didn't look too good, you know? It was a Sunday morning. That's my least presentable hour. A lot of, you know, just stains, just like, you know, food and me and whatever. And so I'm sitting there. So, shut up. Oh. Anyway, but so there I was. I'm sitting on the stone bench of this courtyard and feeling a little out of place. You know, there's these fancy doormen and stuff. And then there's this guy looking at me. I notice he's looking at me from across the courtyard. And he's all spiffy looking. He's got brown shoes and he's looking at me like, I could tell he was thinking I don't live in the building. He thinks I just wandered in off the street and sat in the courtyard. I could tell he's thinking of coming over and dealing with me on his own. And I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, please do that. Yes, please, come on. And I'm trying to look even more gross. And I'm like pulling up my shirt. And then I see him go, oh, no, that's not going to do at all. And he comes over to me. And I'm like, I'm so excited to have this thing. The confrontation where I'm not wrong at all. And he thinks I am. So he comes over, says, excuse me, do you live in this building? And I said, no. Because why not start there? I said, no. He goes, well, then what are you doing here? And I said, I just need to rest. I'm having a hard time. He says, this is private property. And I said, well, I don't really believe in that. You know, just the worst things I could say from his point of view is basically all the things I was saying. And he goes, well, if you don't leave, I'm going to talk to the doorman. I was like, can I just stay like 5 more hours? So he's, no. And he goes over to the doorman. And I see him talking about me to the doorman like this. And then I see the doorman going, oh, no, that guy lives here. That's okay. And the look on his face, it was just so, it was this beautiful cocktail of anger and confusion. It's like I had invented a new way to hurt somebody's feelings. That's how excited I was. And at the time, I was a writer for the Conan O'Brien show. And I had written there for 2 years and I was burnt out and I didn't want to do it anymore. So I went to the head writer and I said, I have to quit because I think I'm going to have a nervous breakdown. And he said, take 2 weeks off and we'll pay you for the 2 weeks. And I said, okay, I'll do that. So I had nowhere to go and I thought, maybe I'll go to Russia. I really don't know why. I can't really explain any decisions I made then. Because I have children now, so you don't have to search when you have children. You're not like, oh, what could I do to enhance my life? You're just sort of compelled to do whatever comes at you at a certain age in life. But I was in my 20s, I had no wife, nothing, I had no girlfriend even. I just was this guy, and I had money from a TV job, and so I just said, I'm going to go to Russia, because when I was a kid, I used to read Russian novels, and I loved them, and I would open all the windows so I would be cold, and I wanted to be cold like they were. So I just decided I'm going to go. And also, somebody told me that the wall had just come down in the Soviet Union, and that Russia was a really crazy place at the time. So I said, I'm going to go there. I speak no Russian. I can't even look at the alphabet and understand what I'm looking at. There's no place more foreign to me than Russia. So I went. I went to Moscow, which is, when you land in Moscow, it's just forest, and there's a city in the middle of just forest. It's terrifying. And as the plane goes down, you're like, no, I didn't want to really do this.
And the whole time there, I couldn't fend for myself. It was already a country that was just broken in pieces. And the weirdest things happened to me there, and they just became normal after a while. Like I was in a restaurant, and a waiter came up to me, not my waiter, and he said, "Coca-Cola?" And I said, "Uh-huh." He said, "Coca-Cola," and I said, "Sure." I don't drink Coca-Cola, but I had learned by that point to just do what they're asking you to do. Sure. So he went to the kitchen and he got a Coke in a can and he handed it to me and he said, $5. Because only dollars were worth anything there. And I said, "Okay, on my bill." He said, "No, $5, me now." So I gave him $5 and he put on his coat and he left. He just sold me a Coke on the side and then quit his job. So those are the kind of confusing moments I was having there. And I couldn't talk to anybody, and I was so lonely. It's difficult. I mean, I was alone, and I just sit in the room and go, "Okay, that was a really fucked up day. I hated that day." And I tried to watch television, and the TV was American shows like Dynasty. And the way they translate, they didn't have, what they did was the sound is a little down, and there's just one man saying all of the dialogue over the whole show. I was there for 2 weeks, and it just was crushingly, I had made no contact with anyone. And then one day I went into the subway. Now, if you've never been to Moscow, the streets in Moscow during the Cold War, they were made wider so that they could have missiles go down the middle of the street for the parades. And if you go there, you'll find out, if you go behind the big buildings, they actually tore the buildings off of their foundations and dragged them back. And a lot of the bigger buildings in Moscow, in the back, they're being held up by like bricks. It's really unnerving how unsafe the whole city is. So the streets are very wide, and you can't cross the street on a green light. You'll never make it. So they made tunnels so you can go under, and those are connected to the subway. And the subway in Moscow, you go down in an escalator, and you keep going until you think, it just keeps going. Like, this is so deep, this is really upsetting. But anyway, everyone hangs out in these tunnels. I went in the middle of December. I went to Russia in the middle of December alone. And I'm standing in the subway and I'm watching a violin player. And the one thing about Russia still today, I think, is that no one has any money. So when you see a guy playing the violin in the subway, he's like the first chair violin for like the Russian symphony orchestra, because that doesn't pay shit. And at least he can get a few kopecks in the subway. So I'm watching him, and these other people are sitting on the floor, and we're crying. Everybody's crying. Everybody. It's just normal. People are just watching, just wiping away tears. And there's a young fella sitting here, and he looked my age. I was 25 at the time. He looked about 25, and he was tattered and just watching this violin player. And then this group of kids walked by, about 8 children, ranging from 5 to 10 years old, and their faces were dirty, like in Oliver Twist, like they were in a play, like they had rubbed dirt on their face. And they're all wearing men's coats that they're wearing as from the neck down to the floor, and none of them have sleeves, their hands in their sleeves. Their sleeves are just flopping. They were like street urchin kids. And the coats, it just looked like these men's coats. And you kind of knew all the men who owned those coats are dead. And at least one of these kids killed those guys. Like, I swear I looked at an 8-year-old's face and thought, he has murdered. And that's what they looked like, just tough little kids. And I'd seen them before in Moscow. They work in groups. The guy sitting below me that I identified with called out to the head kid in the front. I don't speak Russian, so I just knew he was going, he's appealing to him. He needed something. And the kid with his hands in his sleeve looked at him suspiciously and said, like, what the fuck, why, what do you want from me? And the guy went, explaining himself, and he showed that his shoe had come apart. And he showed that his shoe was like a flap, and he showed the kid, and he showed him his shoe, and the kid shrugged and said, like, okay. And the kid's hand appeared from out of the sleeve, and there was a tube of shoe glue in his hand. He didn't rummage for it, it was already there. And he handed it to the guy, and the guy fixed his shoe with the glue, gave it back and just and then the kid from the other, he took his other hand had a paper bag, and he put the glue in, and he huffed it, and his eyes rolled back, and he got high. And then the group kept going, and I couldn't believe what I just saw. That the misery in this country at that time was so calculable and so predictable that this guy thought, my shoe's broken. Oh, there's a child. He's sure to have some glue in his hand because the state of our nation is so wretched. And I looked, and he looked at me, and I was startled, and then he laughed, and I laughed. And he's the only person I had any contact with in the whole of the Soviet Union. And I realized this is why I came here, to find out how bad life gets, and that when it's this bad, it's still fucking funny. That's all I got. Thank you.
It's a weird selection process that we have. Dating really is how we evolve as dating. It's how we choose each other. And dating is a real drag for a lot of people, but I always think it's a nice thing. You know, when I see a date, I'm always happy when I see a couple on a date, because it means people are still trying, you know? You see a couple on a date, it means there's still courage out there. That takes courage to go on a date, for both sides. Two very different kinds of courage. The male courage, traditionally speaking, is that he decided to ask. He went up to a random woman who he has no idea if she's going to like him or not, and he walked up to her, terrifying. Everything in your body's telling you, just go the fuck home and jerk off, don't do this. But he walked up and said, hi, yes. And she's like, no, give me a second. And you try to get through this membrane of, you know, and then if it works and you say, you want to go out sometime? Sometimes she'll say yes. And if she says yes, that's her courage. And the courage it takes for a woman to say yes is beyond anything I can imagine. A woman saying yes to a date with a man is literally insane and ill-advised. And the whole species' existence counts on them doing it. And I don't know how do women still go out with guys when you consider the fact that there is no greater threat to women than men. We're the number one threat to women. Globally and historically, we're the number one cause of injury and mayhem to women. We're the worst thing that ever happens to them. That's true. You know what our number one threat is? Heart disease. That's the whole thing. That's it. Just our own heart going, dude, I can't. You can't keep doing this. I told you 3 strokes ago that this is not smart. But women still think, yeah, I'll go out with you alone at night. What are you, nuts? I'll get in your car with you with my little shoulders. Hi, where are we going? To your death, statistically. How do they still do it? If you're a guy, try to imagine that you could only date a half bear, half lion. And you're like, oh, I hope this one's nice. I hope he doesn't do what he's going to do. I love when I see a date. You know, you see a date, you can tell it's the first date because the way they're walking together, and she's looking up at his face, trying to figure him out, and he's just a mess. A guy in a first date he has no actual personality. He's just a mishmash of different kinds of dudes for a couple of seconds each. Just anything. No cohesive, just like a ransom note cut out of a lot of magazines.
Just, yeah. Yes, I think so too. Whatever, just like a blind dick in space, just thrusting in infinite directions, hoping to find pay dirt at some place. And then sometimes you see a date that's later down the line and something has happened. There's something that happens in a date that I never get to witness because women do this. They get to do it inside. They get to just decide quietly, I'm going to let him fuck me. They just get to decide. Something he says and she's like, that was good. He's going to fuck me later. And he has no idea. He's still like trying all this shit. He still has no idea. He's already in there.
I was watching YouTube today. I was watching one of the ads that comes on before the video. I don't skip those. I think that's rude. It is. It's mean. Somebody worked hard on that ad. They trained a cheetah to run alongside a Jeep Cherokee. And you're at home like 3, 2, 1, fuck off. It's fucking mean. What if you made something, dick? Anyway, the ad was a PSA. It was an anti-smoking message. It was a Puerto Rican man with a hole in his throat. He was like,
my father smoked. And my mother smoked. I wish I never smoked in my life. Please don't smoke cigarettes. Cigarettes are very, very bad for you.
First thought I had was, why does he still have an accent? It's coming out. Feels like if you bypass the mouth, you shouldn't have an accent anymore. Does the machine have a setting for Puerto Rican? Is that just how air sounds coming out of this guy? Does he fart with an accent?
Señor, I'm farting.
Anyway, after the ad, I watched the video that I was looking for, which was a scene from a movie. And it's a scene that I really hate. Every time I see it, it makes me angry, which is why I was looking for it on YouTube. And it's a movie I like. I actually like the movie. It's called Good Will Hunting. Remember Good Will Hunting? Of course, right? Matt Damon. Great performance. He plays a very complicated young man wearing a tight t-shirt for a whole movie. And here's the thing. Here's my issue with Good Will Hunting. Matt Damon also wrote the movie, okay? So he basically sat down. He's like, first of all, I am amazing. I'm a construction worker. I'm like working class. And I drink beer and I get in fights. I get in so many fights. My friends are like, you're out of control, man. And I'm like, shut up. This is the way I am. But then also, I'm a genius. Ooh. I didn't even go to school. I just know things. I don't know why. I just know them. And all the nerdy geniuses that studied for years are like, he's so much smarter than us. It's making us upset. It's insane. It's fucking insane. It only makes sense if he wrote it for himself to be the guy. So the scene I was looking for, it's the worst example of that in the movie. Here's what happens. He goes to a bar and he meets a woman and he likes her. And another guy likes her too. But she picks Matt Damon. Because he wrote the fucking movie, because he decided, you understand? She doesn't like him, she likes me, you better believe it. So he gets her phone number, and then he goes outside, and he sees the other guy in the window of a restaurant. And he decides to taunt him. So he goes over, he tells his friends, hey, come here, watch this. And he says to the guy, hey! Do you like apples? And the guy says, yes. And Matt Damon goes, well, I got a number. How do you like them apples? And all Matt Damon's friends go, oh! Oh! This
This was amazing! Oh! Oh my God! Oh my God! You were ready with that! How?
You know how he did it?
He wrote the whole fucking movie, okay? He made everybody say all the things. Otherwise, this doesn't happen. I mean, he hinges the whole fucking prank on the guy liking apples. The guy must like apples. Who would say yes to do you like apples coming from a clear antagonist? Who's setting him up, gathered his friends. Do you like, wait guys, watch this. Do you like apples? God damn it, I do. I wish I didn't. 'Cause I can tell this is not gonna go my way. But I can't lie. He'll know it. He'll know it because boy, do I like apples. Do you understand? If he says no, Matt Damon is fucked. He's fucked in the face for life. He's got nothing. Do you like apples? No. What the dude? Fucking guy. No, come on, seriously. Seriously, you don't fucking. Do you like bananas? Because the woman gave me her telephone number, and isn't that bananas?
Thank you, everybody. Yeah. Thank you for applauding. Seriously, because I did a show where they don't applaud when you go on stage. It's called Mo Betta Mondays. That's the name of the show at the Improv, Mo Betta Mondays. It's an all-black audience. And I had done a show called Chocolate Sundays at the Laugh Factory, which is an all-black audience. And they invited me because they thought I was black because of my name, because I directed Pootie Tang, so people sometimes think I'm black. And so they invited me to the show. So I get there, and they go, "Oh, hi." And I look in the room and I go, "Oh, hi." And then we kind of stand there trying to decide, and I go, "Fuck it, hi." And they go, "Yeah, hi." All right. So I went on, and this is Chocolate Sundays at the Laugh Factory, and it was fucking great. I had a great time because nobody else is trying. They're all up there just acting cool, and I went up there and I tried, and everybody appreciated it. So then, because most comedians don't try. I'm not saying because they were black, but they were all black and unfunny. Every single one of them was black and unfunny. There are far more unfunny white comedians than unfunny black ones. But every single comedian on that show was black and unfunny. Should have been the name of the show. Really. But I was white and hilarious. And also, you know, privileged and lucky to be white. It's fucking awesome. It is a very... everybody who's white should just wake up and go, "I'm fucking white! This is great! This is great! How easy is this shit? I don't have to fucking explain myself ever. I look people in the eye with confidence. Nobody fucks with me. The police protect me." It's amazing that black people, all they can hope from the cops is that they'll leave them alone. And we actually get to hope that they'll protect us. It's fucking a chasm of difference. And I'm on the greatest side of that chasm. I am on the fucking sweet side of that chasm. Just a fact. It's not a nice thing, but it happens to benefit me greatly. But anyway, I'm not gonna lie about it. Oh, it sucks being white. White people always complain about something like, oh, I don't get to say nigger. Like, oh, white people, why can't, how come they can say it to each other, but like they want to go to the Supreme Court. I should be allowed to say it somehow. It's not right. Just don't, why do you want to say it so bad? Say it. Fuck. Anyway. So, chocolate sundae, I didn't certainly do any of that material there. The chocolate sundae is pretty great. I just talked about when I was a kid and cars. And then I went to do Mo Better Mondays, and I thought, I got invited to do Mo Better Mondays, and that's where I became racist. I became prejudiced, because I said, hey, they'll love me there. Because I just thought, there's black people in that building, so the black people in that building will be the exact carbon copies. There's no way they won't laugh, because they laughed the first time. So I went, people were saying, Mo Better Mondays is not nice. And I'm like, fuck you, to just white, and I'm better. So yeah, I'm white too, but I've been there and I got laughs. And white people that make black people laugh are very proud of themselves. So I went to Mo Better Mondays, and it's not at all even close to the same people. They're fucking suburban people in Chocolate Sundays. Mo Better Mondays, they have the machine, and they're selling cologne in the bathroom, and people are fucking hard, and they do not clap when they bring people on stage. People go on, they go, all right, how about a hand for Joe, whatever, and then he just walks up to silence. I mean, I've never even seen that on any show in my life. There isn't just the benefit of the doubt applause. They just, let's bring him up, and he just walks up, and the people go, yeah, okay, go. And I went on, and I didn't pay attention to the people before me because they were smart. They didn't go right into jokes. They started talking and shit. They just go, hey, yeah, all right, how you doing? Yeah, I'm just hanging, okay. For like 3 minutes of that shit. And then eventually they go, okay, they slide into a joke and get a tiny laugh. And by the end of the time they left, they go, all right. And then they applaud when the guy left. I go on and I just go, and I do a joke right away, and it gets nothing. And not only does it get silence, when I move on to the next joke, that's when I hear a noise. Because when I start going anyway, so they all go, oh shit, that was it? That was the whole fucking, oh shit! Oh damn! Like they didn't know the joke was over even until I started joke number 2. Joke number 1. So joke number, what? Really? That's what, oh! Then I do joke number 2 and now it's not silence, like, no man. No, like literally that sound coming out of many tables. No. And then I try the thing that never fails when you're bombing. I go, oh, fuck you people, I'm staying up here. That always works when you're bombing. You go, you know what, fuck you, I'm doing my time. And somebody always goes, all right, yeah, I can respect the balls. But they all went, no, get off. What guy said that? Just real serious. No, get off. Get off now. And I was like, yeah, okay. I did like a minute total. And, fuck, that hurt so bad, man. And I was in the car afterwards just like, oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't mean to tell that whole story. It's just that when you applauded when I came up here, I felt, oh, that's nice, that helps. That's it. Sorry. It's too long. Anyway, but it's nice to see you all here, and it's kind of funny to see you all because I fucked all of your mothers. Just so it's a coincidence, kind of. All of your mothers. That's what I was going to open with. I was just in Ireland, and they have these posters. In Ireland, there's an election going on, and all over Europe right now, actually, for the whatever. I don't fucking care. It's not here, so it doesn't matter. It fucking don't matter at all. So, but I'm in Ireland, and there's an election, and there's a guy whose poster says, "Stop the pedophiles." That's his slogan. Stop the pedophiles. And here's the thing, even if you're against the pedophiles, I wouldn't want my face with pedophiles all over the nation that I live in, you know? And I told that to an Irishman, and he said, you know, actually, we say pedophiles. I'm like, hey, I've been fucking kids for 10 years. Don't tell me about pedophiles. I think I would know. I speak with some authority when you say pedophiles. What else that's horrible? I've just been having horrible thoughts. I was going by a wedding, and there was this beautiful, I was going by a church, this wedding was coming out, and it was just so beautiful, and I kind of couldn't resist. I ran up to the groom and I said, "You fucking liar! I sucked your cock! You said we were going to Massachusetts!" Stereotypical gay guy. Here's the thing, right? It's not cool, right, to make fun of stereotypical gay people, but there are some gay guys who talk like that. There are gay guys who wear shorts that are really tight, and then those sleeve shirts can go, "You're an asshole!" And those guys are silly. And they should be laughed at. Not all to say, hey, all gay people act like this is wrong, but to point out that a gay guy that acts like that is funny, it's just fucking true. They're hilarious. Hello! There are gay guys who act like that, and they're fucking ridiculous. Of course they are. It's like when you see a black guy, there are black guys who go, "Shit, motherfucker! That shit's funny! That's weird to talk like that. It's weird to go, no, shit! With your hand like that, that's funny. You know, and it's not wrong to make fun of Jews that they're all Jewy, you know? Anyway, that's what Jews get. They're Jewy. I'm just thinking here in the stereotype that Jews love money. It's just not true. I have this friend who's Jewish, and I tried to give him $1, and he was like, "Arr! Arr!" He hates money.